Book 5. These Dark Shores. Argonus puts his weight against the wood. As the lever moves, great stone doors pop. A few moments after the stone touches the light, the world around Argonus begins to swim. Argonus removes the buckler from his back and carefully places it on the floor. The result is immediate and startling. The shaft of light bounces off the reflective shield, and within moments, the entire cavern is illuminated by an unearthly glow. The rusted chain is no match for the enchanted sword. As iron links fold, a loud crash shakes the chamber, and the horror that was held captive high above settles on the stone floor below. This lad is none other than Leodocus, son of Pero, who in turn was daughter of Neleus. How he entered into this labyrinth shall now forever be a mystery.
I have ventured deep into the mountain, through twisting corridors made of stone, lit by nothing more than the shifting light of my faithful torch and the scarce oil-filled vessel. The darkness of the labyrinth is as nothing compared to that which haunts me. A query so disquieting, so disheartening, that I have dared not glance too deep into it, lest I be pulled under. That is, until now. Where are the sailors of the Argo? Where are those men whom fair Athena has seen fully flesh with her own eyes? Surely they must live, but standing before slain Leodocus, my faith falters. I recall the goddess's words, reciting them aloud, as if in them was held some great power. But my voice merely finds walls of stone. Should I follow these echoes into darkness? No. On this day, when strength fails and mortal ills prevail, I shall refine my will within the flames of hope and cast away doubt. For if I do not, and succumb to unbelief, what then shall become of my valiant companions? I am a fool. No one would fault this. Not once. Let it be known that while I did not sail with the Phoenician prince Cadmus, I knew one other who sowed the teeth of a dragon. Jason, hero of the Argo and burglar of the Golden Fleece. At a shallow fount, tall stones set about, and a great tree at its head, I stood, the teeth of the mighty Hydra within my palm. With the goddess's words in my ears, I raised my hand and cast my prize into the shallow waters. I thought myself prepared, yet amazement and fear welled within my breast, gripping my heart. Skeletal foot soldiers, their polished shields bearing the Hydra's mark, rose from the earth and looked to the trees, whose great boughs bore the weight of the Harpies, foul beasts who desecrate and destroy. But they were no match for the children of the Hydra. With sword and spear, the dogs of Zeus were driven from the fair glade and into gray skies high above. And so, by my hand, the grove of the goddess Hera was made pure once again.
Safe within his grasp, Argonus touches the stone to the temple. The world about him suddenly begins to dissipate. The stone is suspended in the light but for a moment before the world fades from sight. Safe within his grasp, Argonus touches the stone to the temple. The world about him suddenly begins to dissipate. A few moments after the stone touches the light, the world around Argonus begins to swim. Safe within his grasp, Argonus touches the stone to the temple. The world about him suddenly begins to dissipate. A few moments after the stone touches the light, the world around Argonus begins to swim. As soon as Argonus moves the stone to the temple, the room falters and everything goes dim. Once the stone is held within the light, the world around Argonus wavers. As soon as Argonus moves the stone to the temple, the room falters and everything goes dim. Once the stone is held within the light, the world around Argonus wavers. As soon as Argonus moves the stone to the temple, the room falters and everything goes dim.
Stand aside, Charon. I claim this boat in the name of my sister, Medusa, who wails in torment within Tartarus.
Only the dead.
So Hades' undead pet will not yield to me. I say again, stand aside.
Only the dead.
So be it. It matters not. These black waters shall carry my vengeance hence. I shall return, boatman, with the hosts of the dead in my wake.
The emaciated man, if one such as Charon can be called a man, is draped in tattered robes. His skeletal hand is wrapped about an intricately carved rowing oar. The sailor of the Argo reaches into his satchel, removes a silver coin and presents it to the ferryman. Charon gazes upon it for a moment, then simply shakes his head. Before Argonus can offer protest, distant sounds rise from the river. whispers echoing off wet stone within the damp cavern. Within moments, new voices join the others, creating a disquieting chorus of shouts and cheers.
Join us, Argonus! Join us, Argonus! Hail the son of Argus! Argonus! He has freed us!
Argonus weeps at the words of tribute as the souls of slain Argonauts rise from the shadows, appearing before Charon, beseeching, entreating, almost as one voice.
Hail the son of Argus!
As the eyes of Charon move slowly from the spirits to the astonished sailor, Argonus's hand shifts once again, showing that within it, he holds the power of life and death. Charon gazes at the gift from Thanatos, and after what seems to Argonus an eternity, the ferryman relents, motioning the Argonaut to board. As he steps onto the skiff and Charon sets his oar to black waters, a sobering thought enters Argonus's mind. At first, it is a small speck, but it grows even as the sailor's eyes widen in understanding. Athena did not lie. She fulfilled her promise. She granted him a boat from this isle, but not the one he imagined. No, not this one. Grasping this great deception, a wave of anger crashes over Argonus, nearly drowning him in its fury. He who had supped, fought, and bled beside hero Jason, he who had sailed seas no man had set oar within, he had been played the fool. But even as this vile thought seeks to overcome him, to bring him to his knees, another appears. It is different from the last and whispers something new into Argonus's ear. Something far more powerful. Perhaps he had washed up onto these shores, a sailor, a historian, a map maker, and yes, the puppet of a goddess. Perhaps this was so. But has he not now become so much more? A hero in his own right, with a story yet to complete. Argonus, the rider of Pegasus, liberator of souls, bane of harpies, forger of light, sets his jaw, knowing that Sthenos' retribution must come to an end. And as he stares out beyond the Black River, tendrils of darkness surround the boat, and the underworld claims him as its own.